Example 1, page 2. There's two operations. You have 16 plus 3, 3 times 8. What do you do first, according to the PEMDAS rules? And use this cover as a resource if you forget. Fresco. You got it. So, to show us that you know that you've got to do your 3 times 8 first, you underline it. That tells us, as your teachers right away, that you know that that's the first operation. Okay? Sometimes I like to use the terminology, who goes to battle first? 3 times 8 or 16 plus 3. So 3 times 8. When they do battle, what's the result? What is 3 times 8? Amanda, watch what I do. I'm going to put a 24 right under your 3 times 8. Everything else gets brought down as is. I'm going to bring down my plus sign, and then I'll bring down my 16. I say bring down the survivors. After 3 times 8 does battle, bring down the survivors. Now there's only one more other operation left. Right. Underline it. They do battle, evaluate it, what do you get? Watch where I put the answer. I don't want this. Trust me, I just don't want it that way. Everything goes from top down, like leaves of a tree falling down. Once you get the final answer, you circle it. Advance, goodbye. Okay, a little bit harder. You'll see as we progress through the examples that there's more and more operations that we have to get through. All right, in this expression, 4 plus 9 squared divided by 3 times 2 minus 2. Who goes to battle first? Nick Ellis. PEMDAS. Right, your exponent. You underline it. 9 squared gets underlined. What's 9 squared? Correct. 81 goes right underneath what you've underlined. Bring down the survivors. Everything else exactly the way it's written, untouched. Now, I will tell you this. If there was another exponent in that first line, you can do both exponents at the same time. You're allowed to do that. Now, who does battle? Be careful. Gianna. Very good, because remember, division and multiplication share equal powers. So even though in the word PEMDAS, multiplication, the word multiplication comes before division, they have equal powers, so you got to do it whoever comes first, left to right. So Gianna's right, 81 divided by 3. Anybody know what that is? Michael Lepche. He is good. 27 is right. Bring down the survivors. Every time you drop down a level, it looks simpler and simpler. Next to do battle. Will. Absolutely. 27 times 2. Because definitely multiplication takes priority over addition and subtraction. Will, do you know what it is? Now, while I'm at it, if you get stuck and you can't do this in your head, somewhere off to the side, because there's plenty of room, go through the long way. As long as it's out of the way here, that's fine. It's like almost like scrap paper off to the side. Did you get it? 54. Bring down the survivors. A minus sign, a 2. And be careful when you bring those things down, because if you forget and don't see it, you'll wind up getting the wrong answer. Chris, you all caught up? Who's next? Correct. What's 4 plus 54? Yes. Almost done. Obviously, 58 take away 2 is circle it and done. Okay? example 3. You ready? It's harder and harder and harder. Oh, look, we have a word problem. So that means you've got to write your own expression based on the word problem. Consider a family of 4 that goes to a soccer game. Do I need this number?
Yes.
Maybe. Tickets are $5 each. Do I need this number?
Yes.
The mom also buys a soft drink for $2. Do I need that number?
Yes.
How would you write this expression? There's going to be 2 operations. And there are a couple of different ways you can write this and still be right. Giuseppe, what do you have? Four. I'm going to use a dot. Will that work?
Yes.
Anything different? What do you think? Two divided by 4.
Wait, high five.
If I do that though,
But each one don't get it.
by rule, I would have to do 2 divided by 4 first, and you're going to wind up 2 divided by 4 is actually a half.
I thought it's 2.
2 divided by 4. So a small number being divided by a larger number. 2 divided by 4 is a half. Then a half times 5 actually winds up being 2.5.
What
So
about,
that's not going to work.
what about 4 divided by 6? Oh, I got it.
I will say this. Giuseppe's right in that we have a multiplication and an addition. We definitely need that. Division is not involved at all. But, let me erase this. Can I... Will this get me the same answer?
No.
Well, let's try it. Let's do this first. Let's do Giuseppe's. What gets done first? Can I ask you a question? I want you to go back to the question for a minute. I want you to look at the question again, because I know you can do this in your head. I think you can do this in your head. How much is it going to cost the family? A family of 4 goes to a soccer game. Okay, so you got 4 people. Tickets are $5 each. So 4 people, each holding a ticket. 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5. Figure out how much that is. And then they also buy 1 soft drink for $2. What's our answer? Beck? Now let me say 22. I'm going to put that off to the corner. Now let's just see if the expression that we've created results in 22. What gets done first? 4 times 5 or 5 plus 2? Absolutely. Underline it. What's 4 times 5? Bring down the survivors. And look at that. We got 22. Let's do it this way. What gets done first? 10. Bring down the survivors. What do you get? Same thing. It'll work either way. It will work either way because you have 2 operations, but no matter what, that multiplication gets forced to being done first. Now, that won't always be the case. Sometimes if you write it wrong, it will not come out right, but in this case, we're okay. Okay, good. All right, so this is an example called a nested exponent. You have an exponent going on within a set of parentheses. What gets done first? Out of all of these things, what gets done first? Aiden. Okay, good. Within the parentheses now, I've got 2 choices though, Aiden. Do I do 3 plus 4 or do I do 4 squared? Absolutely. Out of those 2, he realizes, okay, I got my parentheses. Within my parentheses, I have to make a decision. According to PEMDAS, exponents is going to come before addition. So I underline my exponent. What's 4 squared? Very good. Everything gets brought down, including my parentheses, because I haven't negotiated those parentheses away yet. They're still in there. bring down my plus, bring down my 3, close parentheses. That's all I did was evaluate the exponent within my parentheses. Now what? Pug, what's next? Yeah, I still have the parentheses that takes priority over this multiplication. Underline it. What do you get, Pug? Yes. Now I don't need the parentheses because I've taken care of that. Last step. Scott, 2 times 19. 38's my answer. Circle it, nail it down. We're done. It's weird because the only difference now is, look, you had the exponent outside the parentheses. You still have a 2. You still have a times. And you still have a parentheses with a 3 and a 4. What do you think? Different answer or the same answer? How many think different answer? How many think you get the same answer? Let's see. What gets done first? Paul. 3 plus 4. Don't go any further. You're good. And what is 3 plus 4? Now, Paul, do I still need the little square here? I do. I haven't done anything with it. So everything gets dropped out, including that little exponent, too. My parentheses are gone, but I still need this. Can you see right now you're not going to get the same answer? All right, what comes next? Amanda. 7 times 7. What is that? Seven times tables. All right, Chris, help her out. 49, yes, 49. Okay. Bring down the survivors. Can you do 2 times 49?
Got a 90.
Very good, Caniclius. Very nice. 98. Get a different answer. Just taking that little exponent and putting it out changes the answer, right?
You don't remember. Oh my God, I said different too.
All right, we have, the bottom. We have one more example called a nested parentheses.
What?
Oh, it's not here? Oh, you know what I want to do? I'll give you exercises 1 through 8. On this page, I know you can do. I do want to do 2 more with you on the exercise. I want you to go to page 5. And here's what I want to do. I want to do this. I want to see if you can do 7 all by yourself. I'll come around and check. And then if I give you the thumbs up, I want you to try 8 where you really have to think. Okay? So what page is this? Page 5. Do number 7 right now. I'll come around. And if you're good, you'll try number 8. And 8's kind of like really tricky because you have to be very mindful of all the stuff that's going on. And I'll pause the blog. Let me see where the breakdown was, bud. Okay, inside the parentheses, the 3 plus 4 has to get done first because there's parentheses within parentheses.
Oh.
So make believe, once you see, make believe that 2 times is not there.
Now.
13 plus 5 minus 14 divided by parentheses 3 plus 4. So technically you got to do that first.